This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Shalom Aleichem, everyone. Yesterday when we went to the studios, we learned a very important lesson. That whole Pharaoh's palace, it took them 6 months to build just for a 10-minute set. So we learned from there the importance of hachana. Preparation is key. Sometimes you can prepare 6 months just for 10 minutes. So we're going to have some time together with our friends, the Gemalim. But we have to be meichin asmein. We have to prepare ourselves. What are camels? What do camels teach us? What do we learn from them? So we're going to have most of the hachana now, but we'll speak a little bit more about them when we get there. We know that Parshas Shiur is called Parshas HaGemalim, where all of a sudden, elsewhere in the Torah, we speak about Shiur, Chamor, Seh, Purim, Elim. But in Parshas Shiur we talk about Gemalim. In fact, the barometer that Eliezer used to choose a wife for Yitzchak is he offered in his tefillah that the woman that says, not only I will give you to drink, but I will also give your camels to drink. That will prove that will be the appropriate wife for Yitzchak. Why would the Gemalim be a hoichacha? Why would that be a proof that this would be the appropriate wife for Yitzchak Avinu? So the Kli Yakar has a very beautiful exposition on this episode, where the Kli Yakar explains the Gemara in Tainis. The Gemara says that Kol Kala she'eineha yafais, that a woman whose eyes are beautiful, Kol Gufa in tzricha b'dika, no further investigation is needed. And the Kli Yakar asks, well, there are many nashim, they may have beautiful eyes, but they're lacking in every other area, and vice versa. Somebody could be very beautiful even if their eyes are not exceptional. So Kli Yakar says what that means is that the key way to know about a person's personality is if they have an eye in Taiva, if they have a good eye, if they have a generous spirit, if they're a goimel chasadim. Therefore, says the Kli Yakar, maybe this is a type of a psychological insight, but the Kli Yakar says that when somebody loves to do something, they will like anything associated with that idea. So someone who loves Gemilas Chasadim will love camels because they like Gemilas Chasadim so much that even though a camel has nothing to do with Gemilas Chasadim, but the word Gamal, its etymology is Ligamal, Chesed, they will love camels. And therefore Eliezer is saying, the woman that says, not only will I give you to drink, but I'll give your Gemalim, this shows the woman loves Gemilas Chesed so much that not only does she want to do Chesed, she likes to say Gemalim. She likes the sound of the word Gamal. She likes the way it flows off of the tongue. That would be a proof that this would be an appropriate wife for Rivka. What's interesting is the Kli Yakar in Parshas Shmini, when he talks about Gemalim, does anybody know we have 4 animals in the Torah that only have one kosher symbol? Yeah? We have 4 animals in the Torah: the shafan, the arnerves, the gamal, and the chazir. The gamal chews its cud, but does not have split hooves. Which nationality is compared to a gamal? Anybody know? Which malchus is compared to the gamal? Bavel. And the Kli Yakar says that actually, the fact that the gamal has only one siman of kashrus, but on the other hand does not have split hooves, that shows that Bavel is somewhat hypocritical. It shows that they're an admixture of toiv and ra. It shows that their toiv is not shalem. So it's a siman of tumah. Kli Yakar basically says an idea that if you're going to be a Rasha, then be a Rasha. But don't be a hypocrite. Don't be wishy-washy. Don't display signs of tahara and signs of tumah. And therefore the Gamal, in a certain sense, represents the epitome of evil. So for those of you who like camels, you'll go with the Kli Yakar in Chayei. That camel sounds like Gemilas Chesed, and the fact that you ride it, you're going to say, that shows I am a wonderful person, that shows I have an exceptional character, and the fact that I chose the Sahara desert to go on vacation, that means I should get good shidduchim. On the other hand, if you don't like Gemilas Chasadim, you're going with the Kliyakar and Parshas Shmini, who says the camel represents Tumah, Bavel, and so forth. Now, please raise your hand if you've ever seen a camel in a dream. Any of you see a camel in a dream?
Does that include the cigarette?
The Gemara, what?
The cigarette also?
Yeah, cigarettes count. The Gemara says in Brachos, Adaf Nedvavam and Beis, Haroya Gamal B'chaloim, Misa Niknasa Boy, V'hitzilu Min HaShamayim. You were saved, one was saved from Misa if they see a camel in a dream. You know what the proof is? You're going to like this one. V'anoichi Eireid Imcha Mitzrayma, V'anoichi Alcha Gamala. Gamala. Gamala, the Gemara Darshan says Gamal. Gamal sounds like Gamala, the Rebbeinu Shalom saving a person from Misa. Now, this is a tough one, but the Mekubalim say that someone who commits adultery will come back in this world as a camel. So if you want to know who are these camels out here in the Sahara Desert, okay, just for the purpose of identification, it's important to know who they were in a previous Gilgal. Now, one last thing, and I'm going to share with you the real whopper when we get to the desert. In Parak Shira, we talk about the sound of the camel, because you're probably wondering, the camel's going to snort, it's going to growl, it's going to make all kinds of noises. What's the camel saying? He's saying, get off of me. No. He's saying, Hashem mimaroim yishag, umima'oin kadsha yitain kailoi sha'ag yishag al naveyo. The camel mourns the Churban Beis HaMikdash. So ask Reb Chaim Kanievsky, how is the camel symbolic of mourning over the Beis HaMikdash? I don't think most of you thought that when the camel growls and snares and drips all kinds of ririm, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's better that way, that the camel is mourning for the Beis HaMikdash. Says Reb Chaim Kanievsky. And with what? Reb Chaim Kanievsky says the camel is different than any other animal. All other animals, when they want to injure, when they want to attack, they just do it. Not so the camel. Before the camel kicks, the camel is tsoyek. He growls. He makes a loud noise. Why? He warns you. So too with the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash. The Rebbeinu Shalom sent Nevi'im, Yeshaya, Yirmiyah, Hashkein v'Haarev, K'moi Gamal. Hashem warned us. He sent the Nevi'im to let us know that there was an impending Churban if we don't improve our ways. So the camel reminds us of Churban Beis HaMikdash. So when you see the camel, you could think of the Kliyakar in Parshas Chayisara. It represents Gemilas Chasadim. You could think of the Kliyakar in Parshas Shmini. It represents Tumah V'Tara mixed together. You could think about the Shlah HaKadosh. That's Haba Alei Shasish Nisgalgel V'Gamal. You could think about what it says in Parak Shira. Gamal Oimer Hashem Mimaroim Yishag U'Mimahoim Kadsha Yitain Kailai. And you could think about the Gemara in the Masechta Brachos Adaf Nun Vav that tells us that somebody sees a camel in their dream, Misa Niknasa Boy, V'Nitzal Min HaShamayim. I don't know if you're going to have enough time on the camel to have all of these machshavos, so you'll listen to the clip later, and you could buy a souvenir, a magnet, a keychain, and every time you see the camel, you could chazer over this year. Right? Re'ei Maisa V'Niskar Halacha.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.